Now, I'm not quite sure what is going on, but I looked out of my bathroom window to see Colin's bottom poking out of the feed store, and I have absolutely no idea how he has managed to escape, how he's managed to get himself here. Colin, what are you doing? I don't know how he's managed to do what he's done. He is now safely in his stable. This is why I need the fields to dry out and I can just turn them out. He has had a whale of a time with his nose in those two feed bowls, dustbins. This gate is closed. It's closed. I closed it last night. This gate is closed, but he has taken down the fence here, so he's been stuck here overnight. He's knocked that down, and he's caused, he's a bit of an idiot this morning, he's caused a little bit of chaos. I don't know if he's gone through the hedge. I don't know what he's done. I do not know what he's done. Anyhow, let me sort everything out. Nothing like a bit of drama in the morning. Welcome to this week's vlog. I hope things go smoother than they did this morning. I mean, in fact, it could have been a lot worse. He has just taken down 2 fence posts and he doesn't have a scrape on him. So I don't know quite how he managed that. I'm not quite sure how he managed to get out. I think he must have just pushed it along the side of the hedge, but he hasn't done too much damage. And I actually don't think he was there for that long. He hadn't eaten that much feed. So anyhow, I'm in my greenhouse. Horses are all done. It is actually the last proper day of the school holidays. Archie goes back tomorrow evening. Coco goes back tomorrow morning, and they're all currently asleep. So I thought I would just spend a moment in here. I have planted some cosmos, some pumpkins, some climbing beans, some purple sprouting broccoli, some broad beans, some lupins, and then there's other things that I showed you last week. So I spent a bit of time in here over the weekend, not masses. I don't know if you can notice, had a little bit of a tidy up, and I've ordered a few things too, which might go on there. I'll show you when they arrive. Hopefully they arrive quite quickly. The skip is half full. We had quite a productive weekend filling that up, and we did school shoes, trainers, all that stuff as well, which is really important. So actually I have got a little bit of name taping that I need to do today. I wanted to do it last night, but I ended up working. I was editing a video and just doing a little bit of work. The children were all watching something on TV, and I thought, do you know what, I'm going to take this opportunity. I was sitting there, so I was present, but at my computer. So, anyway. I am going to just give all of this a good water and then pop inside. In fact, we've also got the hairdresser coming this morning. Lovely Dan is coming to cut everybody's hair, and Arch is going to golf. So yeah, there's quite a lot going on today, but I will bring you along as much as I possibly can. So here is my slightly tidier greenhouse. It's quite difficult to keep this space tidy because I've mentioned before, I don't have a shed. So I have to have all sorts of things in here, but I've got my pots stacked up there. My baskets are going to hang from there soon. I've got something coming. And I've got my compost down here. But it's functional, it works, and I'm very, very lucky to have this space. I'm sat up in the treehouse, waiting for the compost to be lifted over the head, and I go and do my bit and unattach it. It's a new driver, so it's a little bit slower than the last one, but it's fine. We've all got to learn, haven't we? Anyway, I'm just sitting here thinking how lovely the kitchen garden's looking, so I'll turn around and show you my current view from up here. Everything's looking green and lovely. I can't wait to get this compost in there and get get things planted out. Good morning. I'm back again up here. I don't think I talked to you very much yesterday. So busy enjoying the last day of the school holidays. Oh, Colin's very grumpy. He's very, very grumpy. We're waiting for the vet to come for vaccines. And then I think the fields are almost dry enough. Although I have just checked the forecast and we are due some rain, I think Thursday, Friday. But I'm going to try and get these guys out because they're just going a bit stir crazy. I normally have them in, I've probably told you this countless times, from like normally the 1st of November till the 1st of March. And then the rest of the year they're out. Well, I think they came in at the end of September this year. Colin, you're a little bit like Florence, being needy. Yeah, they're normally out a lot more, but anyway, we just have to go with what we can do. So the farrier has been, I have just swept the yard. He always leaves a bit of a mess, and the dogs love eating the bits of hoof. So, yes. Coco's gone back to school this morning. That's what I was telling you. I was trying to enjoy yesterday as much as I possibly could. Art goes back this afternoon and I'm feeling a bit about that. And Gus goes back on Thursday morning. So it's been busy. I was name taping and organising and what have you. And then I took Coco this morning and had a meeting at school because this is her last term. I can't quite believe that she's, almost through prep school. And there's lots of exciting plans for the leavers. They have leavers dinners and all sorts of things that need organising. So I'm helping a little bit with that. So there was a meeting this morning about that. Got back, farrier. Then, and now Colin's going to, he is just like Florence. I'm going to stand over here. Didn't chat to you inside because we've had a problem with our TV, with the sound on our TV, and so we've just had a sound bar fitted, but it actually ended up taking quite a long time and was a bit more tricky, I think, than they had anticipated. Anyway, that is done, so that is excellent. Just waiting for the vet, and then I shall go in and get showered and ready for the day, but it will be lunchtime pretty much by then. Look at that rose, it's looking so good. And actually, the window cleaner came yesterday and he cleaned my greenhouse too. So I should have given you a tour of my greenhouse after he had cleaned the windows, but it's looking a lot better in there. And let's just go inside. I have been sowing even more seeds. I managed to sow a few seeds while the horses were eating their breakfast this morning, early. So I've sown some kale and 3 different types of lettuces. So hopefully this little lot is going to start germinating soon. I do have to be careful because I think there's just too much sun in the greenhouse. It can get very, very, very hot in here. So I might end up putting stuff down on the floor just so it's not in the direct sunlight. Like yesterday, these dried out pretty quickly. Anyhow, there's something else I wanted to chat to you about. I can't remember what it was. It'll come back to me in a minute, I'm sure. I have remembered what it was, and it's so unbelievably exciting. Now, I have been Googling because I have been so worried that there's something wrong. But look, I'm going to turn you around so you can see properly. Okay, you're probably not going to share my excitement, but we have asparagus. Look at that. That was the first one that popped the other day, and I dragged Simon up here and said, look, darling, look. He wasn't quite as excited as me. There's some more coming through down there. Now, any of you asparagus growers will know that you have to be very, very, very patient. This is the first year that I can harvest my asparagus, which is so exciting. And it's not going to be long, guys. It's not going to be long. There was a lot of asparagus in this bed last year, and so I'm hoping that we're going to have a bumper crop. But what I was saying but I didn't want to tell you, give it away before I showed you, was I was Googling why is my asparagus not growing? Why is there's nothing happening? I spoke to a couple of friends and they were a bit worried too that something had happened to my asparagus and it killed it all off. But no, patience, a bit of rain, a bit of sun, and we have got asparagus coming through, and I'm just thinking of all the recipes I can cook with it. Very, very, very exciting. So that is, my exciting news that I wanted to share with you that I forgot temporarily. Oh gosh, it has actually been one of those mornings already. It has. And I was up pretty early. I think like the start of term's always quite full on. Anyway, I'm admiring my clean greenhouse. Look at that. So exciting. So exciting. I'm thinking of where I can put a shed, but I'm dreaming about this, guys. I'm dreaming about it. I'm thinking a shed could go along there somewhere. That's my next plan. Is this the vet? No, it's not the vet. That's a bit of a mess that needs sorting out back there. But I thought a shed could go there, or here. Now this is Friday's job, but I don't think it's Friday's job for me because I'm actually filming for my members club. This needs sorting in here, so I could use a bit of this space as my greenhouse shed rather than spending money on a new shed. I think we'll just reuse what's in there because at the moment I'm not going to be buying a garden shed. Not at the moment, but I am very excited that all things are coming to life. Oh, and look at these tulips. Look at these. Look. And I've got more there as well. Did I fixed the rails where Colin escaped yesterday. These rails just here, and I think he really must have squidged himself through there. Anyway, he'll be happy when he's out in the field. Look at all of those dandelions. Billy, the tortoise, is wide awake and he adores dandelions, so we shall give him some of those later on. Anyway, I am just going to muck out Hooter's stable quickly because I didn't do that this morning. Hooter's looking a little bit grumpy. Muck his stable out and hope that the vet is here soon. Archie's gone back to school, which is, I always find it really hard. I mean, it's getting easier each time, but I hate the end of the holidays. We've had a really, really lovely time. It's been jolly, and I've tried to be like present as much as I possibly can. So I haven't put as much into my vlogs and things like that, which I'm sorry about, but I think it's just really important to be with the children and having fun as much as possible. I hate saying, sorry, I can't, mummy's working. Sorry, I can't, mummy's working. But it's just trying to get the right balance. So they understand that mummy's got to work, but I make time for them too. It's all about juggling. It's actually, we're not going to call it the mum juggle. We're going to call it the blend. The blend. Anyway, I've got washing hanging behind me. I've got all sorts going on. The house is a bit chaotic, but that's fine. We will sort it out. I've got some celery, which I've just chopped up. I've got a tray of roasted veg here. KK has requested soup for supper. She absolutely loves her soup, and it's a really great way to get a whole load of veg in. So a splash of balsamic vinegar. Actually, I'm putting this in the oven, so actually I'm leaving that washing up, and it's things like trousers, which doesn't matter if it smells of balsamic vinegar, but actually this sort of thing doesn't transfer. Trying to get on top of all the washing and all the everything. So just going to put that in. I'm going to roast those veg for a while. Add some stock, tin of tomatoes, puree it up, and that is supper with some sourdough that is here. That will be enough for us. Cokes has actually just gone out for a ride. It's really lovely. She's gone to meet a friend for a hack, which is just so lovely that she can go off and do that. The joys of a mobile phone. She can just send me a message if there's a problem, but I think they should have a lovely ride. It's been a bit mixed today. It has been quite cold. Simon actually said when he came to take Arch back to school, he said, should I put the heating on? And I said, no, don't put the heating on. We can put a jumper on if we need to, but there is a bit of a nip in the air, but the sun is shining now. I'm wearing a new shirt. I love a big collar. It's from H&M. It's actually got a bit of a funny slitty thing going on at the back, which I hadn't noticed, but I don't think it will bother me too much, but it's sort of split. Not too far up the back, it's not indecent, but I don't really know. Why would you do that as a design detail? I'm not too sure, but it's like an Oxford cotton shirt, and really sensibly priced. And H&M does have some great like basic bits. I find they wash really well and they last really well, and for like everyday shirts that you're just kind of doing jobs in, horses, animals, it doesn't matter, but you still can look nice wearing, you know, a nice shirt. But I wouldn't wear like my beautiful blue and white stripe with frill collar, Beaufort and Blake. I wouldn't really want to get too physical in the garden wearing that because it's special. Anyhow, I wasn't going to chat to you about that. I've also got my I Mean Business winter apron on because my spring summer one is up here. I've just washed it. And what else is new? I don't really know. B&B guests are here. Actually quite busy with the B&B. Suddenly just had a little flurry of bookings, which is really, really lovely. But it's going to keep me busy. So I think tonight I'm going to be ironing sheets. Tried to get ahead with the laundry as much as possible. So I was folding and sorting all of Archie's things for him to go back off to school with, and I did everybody else's at the same time. So I've done that this afternoon, and I've just been sort of pottering around. I need to have a good clean over there. So the guys that installed the sound bar have made a bit of a mess. So now those are in the oven roasting. I'm actually going to get the Hoover out and just have a big blitz in that department. So that's my next thing to do, but I thought I'd jump on here and chat to you briefly. I also do need to sort my wardrobe out. I've still got sort of wintry bits. I haven't done it properly because the weather has been so peculiar, but we are going away next week and it's come round really, really quickly. And I need some slightly warmer clothes, so I need to do that. And I'm not sure when. It might be a job for tomorrow evening. I think all name taping is done. Oh, I've got one pair of cricket trousers for Gus to name, but apart from that, I think I am all sorted. So yes, I need to work out some time. It's kind of, I don't know where the days go. And because we're going away, I've got to sort of do quite a lot before we go. I'm a bit like, when am I going to do that? But it will all happen. It will all happen. It will be fine. We will get there. Just need to carefully plan and plod. So I'm not going to prattle on to you anymore. I'm going to whiz the vacuum round, sort that out while the vegetables are roasting. I've whizzed the vacuum round. That is done. It's looking much better down there. Also did a little bit of dusting too. Dusting is probably my least favourite thing to do, but I've done it, which is a good feeling. I also did something very random today. I cleaned. Can you see up there? If I put you back, can you see up there the speakers and the light fittings? I cleaned them. When the guys were here taking the TV, they had to take the TV off the wall. It was quite bad. I made a joke with them. I said, oh, the housekeeper's terrible. She's so bad at her job they realised I was talking about myself. We had a bit of a joke, but it was pretty filthy behind the TV. And in fairness to myself, it's quite tricky to get to. So anyway, while it was down, I gave it a really good clean. I cleaned speakers and I cleaned, I was just sort of cleaning while they were doing stuff. I find when I've got people in the house doing jobs, like I can't go off and have a shower and get ready, and I needed to before the vet was coming. So I sort of missed that window of opportunity. So I just threw myself into cleaning while they were here. And I was waiting for Archie's washing to dry, and he was busy doing some stuff. So actually it was like the perfect moment. But I am sure I've shared with you guys my my homemade cleaner. I've definitely shared it with the members club, and it worked wonders on the light fittings and the speakers and things like that. So that's very good. Anyway, I'm just pouring. You're a bit high, you can't see what I'm doing. I am filling, I'm going to run out of gin. That's annoying. I might have some more in the garage. I've made some more rhubarb gin. So this has just been marinating, but I need more gin. I have got, a friend gave me a really, really lovely bottle of gin. Actually, I might have a glass of that later. I was drinking it down in Devon. It was thoroughly enjoyable, but I just used bog standard Gordon's in there. My soup, Gus is playing with a friend, if you can hear. I've closed the door. My soup is ready. So last night for Archie's sort of last supper, he requested tacos, and I had some homemade salsa left over, so I added that in, and basically it's a whole load of leftover veg that needed using. So there's courgette, there's celery, there's carrots, there's red peppers, there's tomatoes, there is vegetable stock, the leftover salsa, kind of you name it, I just whacked it in there, and a tin of tomatoes, which actually I could have done. I didn't need to put the tin of tomatoes, but I realised I had the salsa after I'd put the tin of tomatoes in, so I did that. And I've realised last week I didn't share with you my new thing, but I'm actually going to share that with you tomorrow now, because I'm feeling tired. It's been a long day. I'm going to keep the suspense going a little bit longer. I'm going to blitz this up. Coco's going to be back any minute from her ride, and I know that she'll be hungry. So that's what I'm going to do, and I will see you all tomorrow. I've also got a photo shoot tomorrow as well, so it's a busy, busy day here at the house. Look how stunning that is. The most beautiful, beautiful sunset. I just thought I had to share that with you. So gorgeous. Good morning. The ponies slept out last night. Well, these two, not Hoot. Coco, as you know, because I was chatting to you, was riding last night, and she didn't realise that the Hoot was to go out in his paddock. She knew that these two were out. I didn't stipulate it. I kind of thought it was obvious, but anyway, he was in his stable last night, and I didn't realise until about 10 o'clock, at which point I was so tired I thought, it's fine. He can stay in there tonight, and he's just eating his breakfast in his stable, and I shall bring him out. I set my alarm to get up at 6 and come and do the ponies before getting Coco up for school, but I slept really badly last night. Loads on my mind, loads buzzing around, and I had a terrible night's sleep. So when the alarm went off, I was wide awake at 5, and I was like, do I get up now? I probably should have just got up then, to be honest, but I didn't. I tossed and turned, then went back to sleep, and then the alarm went off and I didn't want to get up, so I didn't get up till 7, so which is why I'm doing the ponies now, but it's only 8 o'clock. Coates has just left for school, and yes, I'm up here doing these guys. Gus is still asleep, And when I've done these, I'm going to do a quick workout. I'm trying to get better about doing my workouts regularly and feeling a lot better for it already. I did one of Lee Linton from the Ultimate Shred. I did one of her core workouts on Monday, and oh boy, I can still feel it. I need to do another one. I was supposed to do one yesterday, but I didn't. But I shall do it today. And then I've got Sophie coming for a photo shoot. It's not the most exciting day for Gus, which I am feeling slightly guilty about, but she won't be here for very long. And it was the only time she could come, so we just have to roll with it. Anyway, I shall do something fun with him this afternoon. Coco's got a short day at school because it would normally be matches, but she doesn't have a match yet today. Tractor or something noisy coming down the lane. So picking her up early, and then I think we'll just have a nice evening. She wants to ride, and hopefully the sun is still shining later. Look how green the grass is. It makes such a difference. It's a very noisy girl. It makes such a difference when it's green. There's a muck heap. It's very full behind me. Hopefully we can get it emptied soon enough. There is a bit of rain I've seen forecast this week. I don't like rain. I mean, I know we need rain, but these fields can't take much more unless it dries out really quickly. There was a bit of a puddle there a couple of days ago, so you know, ideally I would have left the fields a couple more days, but these guys have been so patient. But I could tell Colin was going slightly stir crazy in his stable. He needed to get out. I mean, he's between the stable and the sound school, but him escaping on Monday morning was a sure sign that he had had enough of being turned out there. And they have got hay, you know, loads of hay out there, so you know there's food, but it's not the same as being in a big field of green grass, is it? It's not the same. Anyway, I am going to carry on. Cass is the world's slowest eater. I mean, really slow, and she's quite old and arthritic, slightly, ever so slightly arthritic. So she has some medicine in the morning, so I have to stand over her, make sure that she's eaten it and Colin doesn't come and barge her out of the way. She's such a gentle girl. Anyhow, we're going to try and eat as quickly as we can, Cassie, aren't we? We've still got quite a lot to go. Cassie likes to have a roll when she's finished her breakfast. It's the funniest thing ever. She's so sweet. It's so lovely spending time with them and just watching their funny ways. Such a darling lady. I feel so much better after that. Nothing like getting your heart rate up. Endorphins. Even though I had a bad night's sleep, I feel 1,000 times better having done that. Really good. I thought it was just going to be a kind of gentle-ish, I mean, not that an ab workout is gentle, but I thought it was going to be, you know, just, you know, kind of lying on your back doing some ab exercises. No, Lee got our heart rate going whilst doing the exercises, which is even better, a double whammy. I thought I would just show you what happened yesterday. So we've got, the TV is really old, the sound had gone in it, but we didn't want to go to the expense of replacing the TV because actually the picture is really good. I need to clean the TV, I've just seen that. But they've put in this sound bar here. So it's Sonos, so the sound is now amazing. Simon had it whacked up first thing this morning. He loves sound. We were supposed to have in here painted while we were in Devon, but, let me lift you up. See the ceiling there? That goes all the way through, down to the front door. So it's a mega job, and there just wasn't time to have it done. So this room is looking tired. But anyway, we will get it done at some point. But we had our bathroom painted instead because the decorator had booked some time, but not enough time because we hadn't realised about the ceiling situation. So our bathroom's lovely and clean and fresh and repaired, fixed all the little holes and things. So we're slowly getting there. Anyway, I need to go and jump in the shower and get ready for Sophie. Look, I've currently got... who's that? Oh my gosh. Florence, Tess and Penny behind me. I'm complete mind blank. I think I'm slightly frazzled after that workout. But gosh, it was good. It was good. If this just encourages you to get your heart rate going and to, do something, even if it's just going for an energetic walk, it makes such a difference. So go and do something because it makes you feel alive and good and motivated and yes, we can do this kind of feeling, which I think is the best. Anyway, I'm going to stop waffling and jump in the shower. I've had my photo shoot with Sophie. She's absolutely brilliant and I didn't have as much time as I thought I was going to have because Simon called just before she arrived and said, will you join me for lunch with Gussie? And I think it's so lovely that he wants to have lunch with us. So we just go to the cafe near his office, but it's really lovely. And so that was nice. We did that. So I had written a list of content that I wanted to shoot with Sophie. And we just rattled through the list quickly and then went and met Si. I've got back something that I ordered, I mentioned to you. Has arrived in the post. I ordered these on Etsy a few days ago. They've come really quickly. So I wanted sort of well, we're going to take them up to the greenhouse and see if they work. Hopefully they do. But I didn't want anything that looked too sort of new or good. I just sort of wanted old-ish, rustic looking butcher's hooks. So that was my mission. So those have arrived. And that thing that I've been telling you about, but I haven't told you what it is. Let's talk about that now. Tess has come in. So I'm going to turn you around. I've been wrapping up orders too. I've got new compliment slips have arrived. So I will show you these. I had run out. That one's Me in the Kitchen Garden. So when anyone orders a compliment slip, goes in with a little note from me saying thank you so much for your order. So I just wrapped up some orders that are going to post on the way to pick up Coco. And then I've actually promised Gussie that I will take him down to Chichester. He's got something that he wants to go and do. And I said, we'll pick Coco up because she's early today. And then we will head down there. And actually Coco needs a pair of white trainers that we had forgotten about. I was hoping I might have a pair here that would fit, but I don't. So we need to go and do that. But have you spotted over there? It's an air fryer. And it's quite exciting. I'll bring you up closer. Let's go and have a look at it. So I've done a lot of umming and ahhing about this, whether we needed one, whether I wanted one, all the rest of it. Obviously I have my Arga, but that will go off the end of May, beginning of June until probably the end of September, October time. So when it goes off, I do have the electric. Sorry, those dogs. They're probably sending your dogs crackers as well if you've got dogs. Hang on a sec. Good. There's no one out there that they're barking at. They're just being vocal. Anyhow, I can't remember what I was talking to you about. Oh yes, I've got this electric module here, which I don't really love. In hindsight, and actually somebody asked me this question last night. They asked me about secondary ovens when you have an Arga. Are they necessary? Now, it depends. It totally depends. If I were to redo a kitchen again, if I had the opportunity to redo this kitchen, I would actually go for the bigger Arga, the bigger version of this, with a hot plate here. So it looks like a metal sheet. Amazing for ironing. I wouldn't have this electric module at all. I would just have more ovens.
sorry. They're barking for the sake of barking, which is jolly irritating. So, back to oven chat. So if I were to redo this kitchen again, I would go for the biggest Arga I could possibly have with the warming plate here. And then I would have a second oven. I would have maybe a Miele or a Neff electric fan oven over there. We've actually got a microwave. Oh. Well, it's not going to happen now, but I could possibly, there might be enough space to take the microwave out and actually put an oven in there. But I have this and that would be really pointless, and I'm not going to be swapping the Arga anytime soon. So, but I would put an electric oven only because I do a lot of catering. Well, not a lot of catering, I do a little bit of catering, I do a lot of cooking all year round. And so I do need a second oven when the Arga is turned off. But between a barbecue, a microwave, I very, very rarely use the microwave. I mean, I never really use it when the Arga's on, but when the Arga's turned off, I do use it a little bit more. But between that and a barbecue and an air fryer, you probably would not need another oven. If you have an Arga, you could manage without. So that's quite waffly and quite random, but that's the sort of conclusion that I came to. Anyway, I have been thinking about an air fryer for a while. Simon read an article about them recently and was like, darling, what about an air fryer? And I said, yes, that's been on my mind, but I thought that you would say absolutely no way, Jose, if I suggested it. And so sometimes when it comes to things with men, you can like drop an article. I mean, I didn't plant the article for him to read. He happened to stumble upon it. But you can just sow seeds and then let them think it's their idea. I know, a little bit cunning, but sometimes needs must. Anyway, he said, what about an air fryer? And I said, yeah, but what about an air fryer? He said they could save quite a lot of money and they could be really useful when the Arga's turned off. And I said, yes, they could be. Anyway, I'd had various discussions with my lovely cousin about air fryers. And she told me that she'd got a great deal at Costco on an air fryer. And I said, ooh, that's quite interesting. I've done quite a lot of air fryer research and I've discussed it with various people too, particularly my cousin, and she's pretty knowledgeable about these things. And she had a single air fryer. And she actually ended up selling that when she got her double air fryer. Now this is the maker's Solar Tab, and this is a double air fryer. So you've got these two things, which have got the little grill plates in the bottom. They're very easy to clean out. You can use one or you can use two at the same time, which is really clever. Particularly if you're a bigger family, one of these wouldn't be enough. And that was the Ninja, is just sort of one of these. Although I think the Ninja does do other things too. But I am only just getting to grips with it. So once I've got a little bit more familiar, I will share more stuff with you. But say we press air fry. So we've got air fry, roast, broil, bake, reheat, dehydrate. That is interesting. Keep warm and French fries. So those are all the different modes that this one does. And I can do dual cook, or I can select the baskets and the temperature and what have you. So far, I have done chicken for chicken tacos. To be honest, the chicken was a little bit dry. I find that the Arga is a very sympathetic cook, that if it's in there for a few minutes longer than necessary, it doesn't really matter. Things don't dry out as much in the Arga, and I love the way the Arga cooks, and I've got used to it. This probably, the chicken was in the air fryer for probably 2 minutes longer than it should have been, and it was quite dry, but it did an excellent job. And personally, I'd rather have chicken overcooked than undercooked. So yeah. And I was struggling in the instruction book to find timing for chicken, so I just guessed it, which is my error. But it still was very tasty, and nobody complained about it. It was just me. And the other thing that I have done in here, actually 3 times now, because I was trying to perfect them, is halloumi fries. We had halloumi fries. Okay, so did I tell you about when we were driving back from Devon and we had a tyre burst on the trailer, and we had to leave the trailer on the side of the road and we had to go off and get some food. We stumbled, somebody outside. We stumbled across this little incredible cafe, a sort of farm shop cafe, and they had the most delicious halloumi fries. And the children loved them. In fact, they were fighting over the halloumi fries. So I thought, I'm going to try and make halloumi fries in here. So good, so delicious. And then we had friends that came over for supper last week, and I did 2 batches of halloumi fries in there using both the baskets, and they were a winner. And then Arch requested them again before he went back to school. So there's been a lot of halloumi consumed in this house. But so far, I'm pretty impressed. I will, of course, keep you posted and keep you updated. They apparently go like gold dust in Costco, and my cousin was very, very lucky to get one. I think you need to sort of go and ask and say, have you got any coming in? Or there's somebody at the door. Thanks. Somebody coming to read the meter. Anyhow, I think I've prattled on enough about this. I'm going to take those hooks up to the greenhouse and see whether they work. And then I'm actually going to do, am I going to take those up to the greenhouse now? No, I'm not going to take them up to the greenhouse now. I'm going to do it later because I've only got 15 minutes before I need to leave to pick up Coco. So I'm going to stay put. I've got a few emails I need to reply to before I head off with Gussie. It is the most beautiful sunny evening. We had a successful trip to Chichester, and I have just bought the hooks, you can't really see with the light, up here to hang my baskets up, and I'm very, very pleased. That one won't stay there for that long because I grow my tomatoes along at the back here, but it will do for now, and it's just sort of getting it off the floor and away. But actually these 3 up here work really well, and I do use these baskets all the time, so I'm very thrilled to have butcher's hooks to hang them up on. I am going to chat to you again tomorrow. Reuben is actually coming back tomorrow, and hopefully he'll get the wire on there to keep the dogs out, and he's just got a few bits and pieces to finish off, but I'm going to go in and spend a bit of time with the children, so I will chat to you again tomorrow. I just thought I had to share this with you because it's very, very exciting. There are so many buds on the wisteria. The secret to good wisteria is the pruning, and I prune it, and I also have Miles who comes and prunes it once a year as well. He is an absolute expert, and so there is an abundance of buds. Fingers crossed that the weather stays kind and it will be okay. We don't want it to get too dry, and we don't want there to be too much frost. So fingers crossed, and this should look absolutely magnificent later on in the year. But I think the gardens, you can't really see because of the shadow, but the garden is coming on. It's beginning to look pretty and gorgeous, and I'm just loving this blue sky. It makes such a difference, doesn't it, when the sun shines and birds are singing, and it's just absolutely glorious. But anyway, I am going to go and spend some time with the children, get their supper, and sit down and chat to them. Oh, another thing, we moved these here for the photo shoot, and I think they look rather lovely there, so I think I'm going to leave them just for a few days because actually they're not going to get any any rain here, so I'll probably put them back out. I can water them. We'll water them maybe. They look gorgeous. The dogs have come out. Very, very lovely. Hi. Gosh, today has run away with me. I think most days do run away with me slightly, but today really has. Gus went back to school this morning, so I did the school run. I actually woke up with a crashing headache at about 4 o'clock this morning. I have absolutely no idea why, apart from I'm really tight through the back of my neck. So I think that might have something to do with it. So I took some paracetamol and went back to sleep. Didn't get up early again. So did the school run, then came back and did the horses, and it's just run away with me. Ruben's been here. I think he's left now. He has done all sorts of bits and pieces, so I'll show you that later. Cleaned the B&B room, did a food shop, and now I'm filming content for my members club for May, which is very exciting. I have got lots of great recipes, obviously coronation themed, but great recipes that would work not coronation related, if that makes sense. So I didn't want, you know, trying to keep everybody happy, but some great recipes for them. This has arrived in the post, which I wanted to open with you, but there are my scissors. I was name taping bits until quite late last night, just sort of last minute bits. A new swimming costume for Coco and some cricket things and bits and pieces, so I was doing that. This has come from Gift Pop Boutique and it's blogger mail. Let me move you down because you can't see. Very, very colourful, but I think actually going to be great fun. They are food covers, like really retro old school ones. So let me show you the jug here. You just pop it on like that and the little beads weigh it down, and then you don't get flies in, and this would be great, you know, over a bowl, which, let me grab a bowl. Well, in fact, we'll just use this and you'll get the gist. But rather than covering with cling film or things like that, if you've got things that you're leaving out on the side, or if you've got, you know, a picnic or entertaining outside, these are a very, very clever idea. So they are from Gift Pop Boutique, and I will leave them linked down below because I just think they're really quite fun and retro, and actually they're, so that has been lined with some white muslin and actually really pretty, and this is quite a good weight too, so you don't need to worry about it blowing off unless you were to have a mega gust of wind. So those will be very, very useful in the coming months, I am sure. What else? Oh, I did have treated myself to something which I'm going to go and get. This arrived today. It's probably a bit snug with my cardigan and my apron and my blouse. It's a beautiful day, but there is still a bit of a nip in the air. So a denim jacket. It's from Bowden. I actually had an offer code, not one that I can share with you, but just a sort of private offer code. And I treated myself to this. And the reason why I treated myself to this is because Simon and I are going away. So next week's vlog, well, part of it will be from somewhere else, which is quite exciting. And it will be a little bit warmer where we're going than it is here in the UK, but it won't be really hot. And so I just thought this would be quite useful to take with me, and actually would be quite fun over dresses and with trousers and things like that. So I had a denim jacket years ago. Well, in fact, this is my third one. The first one I had was really kind of big, unflattering, not attractive. The second one I bought was that one from River Island about, oh gosh, probably about 4 years ago, that was seriously like gold dust to get your hands on. I've still got it with the puff sleeves. Really cool. But to be honest, I think it's a bit young for me now. And I think it's something for Coco. And this is just a basic, bog standard, nice denim jacket. Not too tight, not too trendy, just good old basic. So I treated myself to that from Bowden. And yes, I am going to do a little bit more filming for the members club, and then I will take you outside to show you what Reuben has been up to. We've also got plan for the kitchen garden and for my sweet peas, but I think I have to be patient, and I don't think it's going to happen as quickly as I'd like it to happen. But you know, the best things come to those who wait. Like my asparagus, I've been very, very patient with that, and I've got it. I mean, I have dreamt about picking my own asparagus for years, and for various, so many reasons why I didn't plant it sooner. But there was a time when we didn't think we were going to stay here, and that time went on for quite a few years. So I didn't want to plant things and do things if I knew I was going to be upset if we weren't staying put. And you know, nowhere's forever. Nowhere's like you can plan and things change. But anyway, so I put off starting my asparagus bed for years, and then I thought, I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to do it because nobody knows what's happening, and now we can pick it. Every day it's growing more and more, which is very, very exciting, and yes, I'm thrilled. Anyway, I will take you back outside and have a little look later on, but for now I am going to get back to some cooking. So Reuben adjusted the height of the swing. I thought I'd better just try it out. It's perfect. I was talking to Gus about it this morning on the way to school and said, how much lower does it need to be? And he said, I think a bit less than a foot, mummy, which was Gus's sort of precise alteration for Reuben. So I got back and I said, Gus says just less than a foot, please. It's now perfect. And we've got the fence in place, so I can have the dogs up here, which is really, really exciting. And I'm not sure whether he's had time. Let's go and have a look. But I thought I would use his muscles rather than my muscles. Oh, actually, we can't walk past the asparagus bed without having a look. Look at that one there. And this one, very, very exciting. I thought I'd use Reuben's muscles rather than mine, and there's one bag of compost down, so let's have a look and see what he has done. It's such a beautiful, beautiful day. It's looking good. It's looking really good. So he spread out all of that bag of compost and put my planks down. I might add the second bag through there, but we'll see. We will see. And then I've got this for my broccolis and things like that. And then this was sort of in the hedge, not being used. And I thought I might give potatoes a go in here. I've got my carrots in these two. And there are the horses out in the field, enjoying the sunshine together. They are inseparable, these two. It's very sweet. Very, very sweet indeed. I think I've ended the last few vlogs up here in the kitchen garden chatting to you, but I'm going to end this week's here because I need to focus on cooking for the Ask Charlie's Members Club, and I will leave the details linked down below in this video. If you would like to find out more about joining my Members Club, then you absolutely can click that link, find out about it. But it's a great place. I'm loving it. In fact, I'm going to sit down and chat to you for a mo about the Members Club. I thought I'd come and chat to you from in here out of the wind, because it is a little bit windy, and talk to you a little bit more about the Members Club. So the Members Club is, well, how do I describe it? I denied about setting up a Patreon where people could support my work, but for me, I wanted to give back rather than just feel like with Patreon, I don't know, it just didn't feel the right fit for me. And so after lots and lots of umming and ahhing, came up with the Members Club. And the Members Club is where I create exclusive content for the members only, recipes and how-to videos each month, and then we have a monthly Zoom call. We've got an exclusive Facebook group for members only, and then as and when I have an expert that comes on and chats to us on Zoom, it's all saved in the members area, so they've got, you know, access to that. They can go back. And there's 2 tiers to the Members Club. There's tier 1 where it's just digital, and then there's tier 2 where I've got these beautiful, beautiful Ask Charlie folders, binders that are actually being made and should arrive any second to send out to the members. And then I post them the content each month to them direct, so they can have, you know, Ask Charlie manual of all sorts of tips and recipes and things that they can keep for years to come. And actually some members have sweetly said that they're going to pass it on to, you know, their daughter or to, you know, to other people, and they can have, you know, all my tips and things, which is really lovely. So that's basically what the Members Club is. It's a way of supporting what I do, but you getting hopefully lots back from me as well. So it's all linked down in the description of this video if you would like to take a look and think about becoming a member as well. Anyway, I'm going to go back inside and continue cooking for my Members Club and sharing lots of bits with them over there, and sending lots of love. Thank you so much for watching this week's video. Thank you for your support, your encouragement. I love your comments. I love hearing from you, and I'm wishing you a very, very happy weekend. And if you're new to my channel, I'd be super grateful if you would hit the subscribe button, and sending lots of love.